Democrats and the media are now unloading all their nasty attacks on rising Trump White House star and new press secretary, Karoline Leavitt.
And I think, Claire, she's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10.
The daytime television industry has been shaken by an explosive controversy, and this one is making serious waves. Longtime co-host of The View, Joy Behar, has officially departed from the show following a storm of backlash, legal battles, and a social media frenzy. But what could lead to the exit of one of daytime TV's most outspoken and enduring personalities? Get ready, because this drama is filled with scandal, unexpected twists, and plenty of blame shifting. Let's break down the shocking details behind Joy Behar's departure and why it has set the gossip world on fire.
Speaking of Donald Trump, I was stunned and amazed by his new White House spokeswoman today. She's actually the youngest ever in that job.
It all began during a recent episode of The View, a show well known for its intense debates and heated discussions. Joy Behar made a remark that stunned both the audience and her co-hosts. While talking about Karoline Leavitt, the newly appointed White House press secretary under Donald Trump's administration, Behar implied that Leavitt secured the role solely because of her appearance. Yes, you heard that correctly.
Because she said something yesterday that really pissed me off. And that was, she said, there will be no wokeness here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain something to you.
That wasn't just a controversial remark. It was a direct plunge into heated debate. It's important to note that at just 27, Karoline Leavitt is the youngest person ever to serve as White House press secretary. Despite her age, she boasts an impressive background, having worked as a communications director for major Republican campaigns and even serving in Trump's first administration. However, instead of acknowledging her qualifications, Joy Behar dismissed her as nothing more than a product of her looks. The fallout was immediate. The audience reacted with audible gasps, and even some of Behar's co-hosts appeared visibly uneasy. Alyssa Farah Griffin, a former Trump administration staffer, quickly responded, emphasizing that this was not Leavitt's first job, just her first press briefing. But if the in-studio reaction was intense, the online response was even more explosive. Social media erupted with outrage from all sides of the political spectrum. Critics and fans alike accused Behar of hypocrisy, especially given her long-standing advocacy for feminism and women's empowerment. One user pointed out, if a Republican said anything even close to that, they'd be crucified. Another added, Joy Behar just proved once again that The View only supports women who agree with them.
Karoline Leavitt, she's just 27 years old, but boy, was she giving it to the Trump haters in her first White House brief.
And the drama didn't end there. Karoline Leavitt refused to let the remark go unchallenged. Rather than responding with a simple statement, she took a bold step and filed a lawsuit against Joy Behar, accusing her of defamation and character assassination. According to the legal complaint, Behar's comments were not only untrue, but also deliberately harmful, aiming to damage Leavitt's reputation in the public eye. This lawsuit wasn't just shocking, it was a major blow to both Behar and ABC, the network behind The View.
Without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
Yeah.
Because women were not invited to that table.
Behind the scenes, turmoil was reportedly brewing at ABC. Executives were in a frantic rush to determine how to address the situation. Should they issue a public apology, suspend Behar, or take the ultimate step of cutting ties with her entirely? Within The View's staff, opinions were reportedly split. Some rallied to Behar's defense, while others quietly conceded that the situation had spiraled beyond control. It's important to note that Behar has faced controversies before, but this time the stakes were significantly higher. The combination of a lawsuit and intense public backlash placed ABC in an incredibly difficult position.
No, it's not. So first of all, and I have had my objections to the job that Karine Jean-Pierre did, but she worked in politics for 21 years, 5 presidential campaigns, and worked in 2 administrations.
Intensifying the situation, reports emerged that ABC executives had been holding emergency meetings behind the scenes for several days leading up to Behar's departure. Sources within the network revealed that executives were in a state of panic, with some worried the lawsuit could escalate into a larger reputational crisis. While ABC has faced criticism in the past for The View's often divisive content, this particular scandal was considered especially damaging because of its legal ramifications. One insider described the atmosphere at the network as chaotic and tense, with executives treading carefully as they tried to navigate their internal loyalty to Behar while grappling with mounting external pressure to take decisive action.
They really don't like this woman. She's a good communicator. And so Joy Behar just offered her analysis on why Leavitt was picked for the role.
The controversy wasn't confined to ABC's executives. Staffers at The View were reportedly divided into two opposing factions. Some remained steadfastly loyal to Behar, arguing that while her comment was inappropriate, the backlash was excessive. Others felt her remark about Leavitt had crossed an unacceptable line, especially for someone who claims to champion women's achievements. An anonymous staff member allegedly told a media outlet, "This isn't the first time Joy has landed us in trouble, but this time it feels like there's no way out." The divide among staff reportedly created a toxic work atmosphere, with rumors swirling about whether other co-hosts might also face repercussions from the scandal. Adding to the complexity was the issue of ABC's potential liability in the lawsuit. Legal experts debated on various news platforms whether Behar's remarks could be considered defamation. Some argued that Leavitt's case appeared strong, given the personal and targeted nature of Behar's comments. Others, however, suggested Leavitt might struggle to prove malice, a crucial element in defamation cases involving public figures. Regardless, the upcoming legal battle is expected to be complicated, with ABC potentially caught in the middle. One expert pointed out that even if the network tries to distance itself from Behar, the fact that her comment was broadcast could make them partly accountable in the eyes of a jury. Leavitt has not shied away from the public eye in the wake of the controversy. In an exclusive interview with a conservative media outlet, she intensified her criticism of Behar, calling the remarks not only sexist, but also highly unprofessional. Leavitt seized the moment to emphasize her qualifications, detailing her accomplishments and resume as evidence that her appointment as press secretary was based on merit, not appearance. This stance further galvanized her supporters, many of whom praised her composure and willingness to defend herself against what they considered an unjust attack. Then came the unexpected announcement. ABC confirmed that Joy Behar would be leaving The View. The timing, just days after Leavitt filed her lawsuit, sparked speculation that Behar's departure wasn't entirely voluntary. While the network's statement was vague, saying Behar had chosen to step away and wishing her well, insiders suggested that ABC executives had effectively forced her out to safeguard the show's future. While The View has endured numerous controversies, over the years this scandal seemed to push the limits. Public reactions to Behar's exit have been polarizing. Some celebrated her departure, saying it was overdue and a necessary consequence of her controversial remarks. One fan commented, "Maybe ABC needs to be canceled altogether, then all the problems would be solved." Another added, "I can't fathom why this show is still on air or why it ever existed in the first place." On the flip side, longtime fans of The View lamented the loss of one of the show's boldest voices. They argued that Behar's exit was driven by political pressure and that ABC had succumbed to external influences. Meanwhile, conservative commentators viewed her departure as a significant win, framing it as a rare instance of accountability in what they perceived to be a biased media landscape. Let's not overlook the irony here. Joy Behar has long portrayed herself as a champion of women's rights and empowerment, often calling out others for making dismissive remarks about women. Yet, with one thoughtless comment, she contradicted everything she claimed to stand for. This hypocrisy hasn't gone unnoticed, with many pointing out that her remark about Leavitt was exactly the kind of behavior she has spent her career condemning. So, what does this mean for The View? The show now stands at a pivotal moment. Joy Behar was one of its most recognizable voices, and her departure leaves a notable gap. ABC will need to tread carefully as they decide on a potential replacement. Will they bring in another outspoken liberal voice, or attempt to diversify the panel by including a more conservative perspective? Whatever decision they make, it's evident that the show has an uphill battle ahead. Regaining public trust and restoring credibility after such a controversy won't be an easy task. As for Joy Behar, her future is unclear. Will she challenge the lawsuit to defend her name, or will she retreat from the public eye, leaving behind a legacy as one of daytime television's most divisive figures? And then there's Karoline Leavitt. By suing Behar, she has undoubtedly brought more attention to herself, but it has also placed her at the heart of a media frenzy. The question remains, Will this legal battle advance her cause, or could it end up working against her? One thing is certain, this drama is far from over. The fallout from Behar's departure and the ongoing lawsuit is likely to dominate headlines for weeks, if not months. With public trust in mainstream media already at a historic low, this controversy could be the breaking point for The View. Will the show bounce back, or is this the start of the end for one of television's most iconic talk shows? What's your take? Did ABC make the right decision by letting Joy Behar go, or was she unfairly forced out? And can The View survive without one of its most controversial voices? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for updates on this unfolding scandal. This story is only beginning. Stay tuned for more twists, turns, and shocking revelations. See you next time.